al equipo de Venezuela. Con la número 1, Chile. Con la número 2, Rivera. Con la número 3, Bárbara Pico. Con la número 6, Rosmar Morales. Con la número 7, Guadalupe Díaz. Con la número 8, Ivana Márquez. Con la número 9, Daniela Guache. Con la número 10, María Elka Zarate. Con la número 11, Mariana Durán. Con la número 13, José Urbina. Con la número 14, Juanesca Pérez. Con la número 22, Agüen Fajardo. Entrenador, Eduardo Pinto. Lo tiene el equipo de Venezuela. Ahora recibimos también al equipo que figura como local. Recibamos con un fuerte aplauso al país de Canadá. Number 1, Ashley Coney. Number 2, Shay Cole. Number 4, Sammy Hill. Number 5, Kian North. Number 6, Bridget Carlton. Number 8, Sam Proster. Number 11, Natalie Achongwa. Number 12, Masaila Sword. Number 40, Ella Alexander. Number 50, Leticia Riquier. Number 21, Ira Pierce. Number 22, Queen Lawrence Stoker. Entrenador, head coach, Víctor Laveña. Ahora, por favor, invitamos a todos los docentes a colocarse de pie para entonar las notas del himno nacional de la República de Venezuela. Ahora escucharemos el himno nacional de Canadá.
Hello and welcome into Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin, Colombia for this Olympic pre-qualifying tournament matchup between Canada and Venezuela. Alongside my partner, Victor Mansoure, I'm Craig Theta, and we're so glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from around the Americas or around the world. And Victor, 2022 and 2023 have been huge years for Canada basketball. Most recently, the men's senior team took bronze at the World Cup with a win over Team USA. The women's 3x3 team has been an absolute juggernaut. The U19 women took bronze in that World Cup in July. The senior women were fourth at the 22 Women's World Cup, their best finish since 1986. And the senior women took bronze at the Women's America Cup in Mexico in July. And there could not be much more optimism for Canada basketball right now.
That's right, Craig. Hello, Craig, and hello, Juan. Thank you for doing this. It's great to see basketball really be at this. This is, you got to give out shots, coaching system, the competition calendar internally being right now.
There we get a look at the starting lineup for Team Venezuela and Eduardo Pinto, Genesis Rivera, Josimar Corrales, Daniela Wallen, the veteran, Mariana Duran, another veteran at 30 years old, and Aguihil Fajardo will be starting. Assisting Eduardo Pinto are Jose Gallardo and Luz Vargas. And now we're going to get a look at Team Canada, coached by Victor La Peña. Some very familiar names in that starting lineup as well. Shea Colley, Kia Nurse, Bridget Carlton, Natalie Achunwa, and Kayla Alexander. Victor La Peña assisted by Noelle Quinn, Steve Bauer, Carly Clark, and Muriel Page. There you get a look at Victor La Peña. Our officials for this game, Leonardo Salazar of Argentina, Krishna Dominguez of Mexico, and Aline Garcia of Uruguay. Top two teams in this tournament advance to the FIBA Women's Olympic qualifying tournament in February. And Victor, you have to like Canada's chances to not only advance, but to get to Paris next July. A fantastic facility here in Medellin, Coliseo Iván de Bedú. Had the privilege of doing the 2017 Men's America Cup tournament here. When this place gets filled and gets rocking when the home team plays, it is as loud as any arena as I've ever been in, and it is a fun atmosphere. We are just a few moments away from tip-off again, so glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from. Trying to get my partner Victor's microphone situation straightened out. This tournament is for the teams that took 3rd through 6th at the AmeriCup tournament in León, Mexico in July. And again, the top two advance to the Women's Olympic qualifying tournament in February. Players exchanging handshakes. Kayla Alexander jumping for Canada, Aguihil Fajardo for Venezuela, and the tip is out of bounds, and it'll go to Canada. Colley to inbound. To Carlton, she takes it to her left. Long three on the way from Kia Nurse is no good. Ball caroms out of bounds, and it'll be Venezuela ball. Venezuela on their first offensive set. Genesis Rivera Now Mariana Duran. Daniela Wallen back to Duran. Shot clock at 7. Open jumper from the left wing, Fajardo, no good. Rebound, Shea Colley. Canada running. Open look from 3, rattles out for Natalie Achunwa. Coming up on 1 minute into the game, we have no score yet. Neither team able to find the bottom of the bucket as Venezuela misses. And now here comes Canada once more. Inside, and a foul called. That's going to be on Yosimar Corrales. Definitely some veteran presence on the floor for Eduardo Pinto. Genesis Rivera at 27 years old, Yosimar Corrales at 33, Daniela Wallen at 28, Mariana Duran at 30, and the youngest on the floor, Agahil Fajardo at 24, as Kia Nurse tallies her first 2 points. Kia Nurse, a staple on the senior women's team for Canada. Remember covering her all the way back in 2015 in Edmonton at the Women's FIBA Americas Championship, where Canada took gold. What an exciting tournament that was. Fabulous atmosphere. Tremendous venue, the Saville Center. Had a power outage there, as I recall, in advance of one of the games. We had a lengthy delay as they worked to get the power restored. Venezuela still looking for their first 2 points. To the glass, hard up and in. Mariana Duran gets Venezuela on the board. Now an open 3. That is good. Shea Colley strikes, and Canada leads 5-2. Rebound pulled down by Bridget Carlton. He secures it on the floor, but it's stolen away. Easy bucket for Agahil Fajardo. And it's 5-4. Players hit the deck on the other end as well. And that's going to be Venezuela ball. Coming up on 7.5 minutes to play, first quarter just underway here at Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin. Nice defense there by Bridget Carlton to intercept that pass. And Natalie Achunwa travels. Natalie Achunwa, one of those veterans out there, 31 years old, coming up on November 22nd from Guelph. Shea Colley's 27, Kia Nurse 27, Bridget Carlton 26, Kayla Alexander 32, Naira Fields, who I'm sure we'll see later on, 30, Sammy Hill 29, and a great crop of young players coming up in the next couple of years to the senior team. That's Sila Swords, just 17 years old on this team. Her sister Savannah, no doubt we'll see her on the senior team as well. Five for Canada, 6:50 to play in this first quarter. Ariana Duran over to Yosimar Corrales. She misses. And here comes Canada on the run. Nurse pushing it up right side, a little hesitation. Nice take by Kia Nurse, and it falls in. And Venezuela turns it over on the inbound. 3 on the way. That is good. Bridget Carlton strikes from long distance. And Canada starting to get a little bit of distance from Venezuela, 10-4. Now the first set of substitutions coming in. Genesis Rivera coming off for Venezuela. I think I saw Barbara Pico coming on. Kayla Alexander giving it up to Bridget Carlton. She turns and fades away. That won't fall in, but a foul on the rebound. There's Mariana Duran bringing it up. Funny story about her. I was doing the Women's South American Championships in Barquisimeto, and I was speaking with Mariana after a game. My Spanish isn't great. She could tell I was struggling, and then she chuckled a little bit and said in perfect crystal clear English, "I speak English." So we had a good laugh about that. This Venezuela team is as gutty a team as you will ever see at any level. More personnel changes now. Josimar Corrales coming off for Venezuela. Kia Nurse for 3. That rattles in. And it's a 9-point lead now for Canada. Kia Nurse has 7 points. Naira Fields on for Canada, as is Letitia Amaher. Open look from 3 for Naira Fields, no good. Offensive rebound. Kayla Alexander, and she gets fouled. Just about half the first quarter elapsed. Canada leading by 9. Both teams got off to a slow start offensively, as we typically see on the first day of a tournament. And a timeout on the floor by Venezuela. One more game coming up tonight here at Coliseo Iván de Bedú. It's going to be Puerto Rico and Colombia. And tomorrow, Venezuela will take on Puerto Rico in the early game. And then at 8 o'clock local time, which is also Eastern time, it's going to be Colombia, the host nation, taking on Canada. As we get a look at some of the early highlights on this one. Kia Nurse has 7 points for Canada. Bridget Carlton 3, Shea Colley 3. Kayla Alexander 3 rebounds for Canada already. Bridget Carlton has 2 assists. Mariana Duran has 2. Alguihil Fajardo 2 for Venezuela. Daniela Wallen 2 rebounds to lead the Venezuelans. First free throw is up and in for Kayla Alexander, 32 years old, out of Milton, Ontario, went to Syracuse University. Spent some time with the Minnesota Lynx in the WNBA. Most recently with Bourges in France. Lead now 11 after the free throws. And pressure by the Canadian defense. Wallen has it now. Tried to get it down low to Daniela Wallen, stolen away by Bridget Carlton, and a foul called. Is that going to be an unsportsmanlike on Mariana Duran? Looks like it'll just be a common foul. Fields to Alexander. Nurse cut, caught it in the lane, but had it poked away. Nice give under the bucket, and Agahil Fajardo scores again. And it's 15-6. .410 to play in the first quarter. Venezuelan defense showing a lot more pressure after the timeout. Shot blocked. It was Fajardo on the block. Count the bucket, it beat the buzzer. Naira Fields, she has her first 2 points. Back to an 11-point lead. Sammy Hill into the game now as Kia Nurse gets her first break. Sammy Hill sharing a birthday with Natalie Achunwa on November 22nd. Sammy will be 29. Duran has it, shot clock at 5. She launches the long jumper. Missed everything, and that was pulled down by Kayla Alexander. Here's Canada pressing again. Carlton giving it up underneath. Strong move by Emaher, but no bucket, and now a foul called, and that's being unsportsmanlike. Curious call. It looked like everybody just had their hands up and they were trying to block the shot. It didn't look like there was anything like they were trying to hold her down or anything like that. But Fajardo gets whistled for the unsportsmanlike. So 2 free throws and the ball for Canada. Alexander misses them both. Canada gets the ball back, leading 17-6. Matches their biggest lead of the game at 11. Hill to inbound. Fields picks up the dribble. Looking for help. Finally tracked down by Sammy Hill. Shot clock already down to 3. Sammy Hill, the leaner from 15 feet at the elbow, no good, but tracked out in the corner by Letitia Emaher, now poked out of bounds. It'll stay with Canada. Exactly 3 minutes to play in this first quarter. .13 on the shot clock for Canada to inbound. Fields has it between the rings, waiting for the screen. Now gets it over left side. Crossover, strong move to the hole, beautifully done. Letitia Emaher. She's got 4. And that's the biggest lead of the game for Canada, 13-6. Or rather 19-6, the lead is 13. 2.5 minutes to play now in this first quarter. Buckets have been hard to come by for Venezuela against this much taller Canadian team. There's Sammy Hill, the drive in the dish. Now Fields has it. Open look from three. It's just short. Rebound pulled down by Noelia Chile. Guadalupe Diaz. Now Daniela Wallen, her long three. Karam's off, and Sandra Prosper has it. Minute 45 to play first quarter. Sammy Hill. Oh, beautiful feed down low, but the shot by Kayla Alexander was a little flat, and now here comes Venezuela. Chile. Hounded by Alexander. Fajardo. To the lane, off the square, and in! Beautiful drive by Agahil Fajardo. And she's got 6 of Venezuela's 8 points. Pass underneath to Naira Fields. Her shot off the glass is up and in. First 2 points for Fields. Naira's got a landmark birthday coming up on December 3rd. She's going to be 30. Just a tremendous veteran presence on this Canadian team. As we talked about in the Open, Canada has some young guns in the pipeline. Shot blocked. Nicely done by Naira Fields. Prosper into the lane, and she draws the foul. Foul on Noelia Chile. And with 36.9 left in this first quarter, the first free throw for Prosper is good. Prosper, one of the younger players on Team Canada, 18 years old, from Montreal. She was one of those ladies on the U19 squad. Oh, shot blocked by Sammy Hill. How'd she do that? Wow. And now foul in the backcourt by Daniela Wallen. Oh, beg your pardon, they called it the other way. Here's Wallen on the drive, splits the defenders, won't fall in. Prosper, hounded by Wallen. At 5. Fields behind the back dribble. Tried to kick it out, but the pass got intercepted, and they're going to whistle that a shot clock violation. Beg your pardon, they're going to say that's the end of the quarter. So the end of the first quarter, Canada with a hefty lead, 23-8. As we look at some of the numbers on this one, Canada shooting 42%, 2-point range, Venezuela 33%, Canada 3 of 8 from beyond the arc. Individually, Letitia Emiher, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Naira Fields, 2 points. Cassandra Prosper, 2 points, 2 boards. Kayla Alexander, 2 points. She's got 6 rebounds already. Bridget Carlton with 3. She's also got a pair of rebounds, a pair of assists, and a pair of steals. A pair of sneakers as well on her feet. Shea Colley with 3. She's also got 2 boards. Kia Nurse has 7 points. For Venezuela, Mariana Duran, 2 points. Agahil Fajardo with 6. And that's it for the scoring for Venezuela. Leading rebounder, Daniela Wallen with 2. Canada out-rebounding Venezuela after 1 quarter, 19-7. As we continue to look at some of the highlights on this one, don't forget, coming up after this game, it's going to be Puerto Rico and Colombia. And then tomorrow, Venezuela, Puerto Rico will have the early game. Then at 8 o'clock local time, we will have Colombia and Canada. My name is Craig Fana. So glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from. My partner, Victor Mansoure, sunk with technical issues. We'll try to get him back, hopefully. Here you get a look at players on the court for Venezuela now, including another veteran, Marielka Garate. And Mariana Duran travels. Garate was one of those players that we saw in Venezuela back in 2016 in Barquisimeto. That made that Venezuelan team so exciting to watch. Barbara Pico gets called for the reach-in. Nice feed to Emma here. She gets a little too deep under the bucket. Loses it out of bounds, and it'll be Venezuela ball. I think Venezuela has the right idea defensively, is to try to hound Canada as much as possible, but they can't do it and continue to commit fouls. Offensively, they don't have a lot of answers. Canada is just too big, too fast, and too athletic on the defensive end. They're not giving Venezuela very many good looks, and there's a prime example there. As Mariana Duran commits the foul. Knocks Sammy Hill off her pins. Fortunately, she stays up on her feet. Kali into the front court. Ooh, a little miscommunication between her and Ashlyn Koenig. And a rare turnover by Canada. It's their 8th turnover, so I guess it's not all that rare, but to have one like that where players zigged when they should have zagged. Chunwa. Rebound Ivani Marquez. Three is up and good for Mariana Duran. She's got 5 now. Ivani Marquez back in 2016 at the Women's South American Championships. She played an overtime game, I believe. She played 48 minutes don't think she came out of the game, and it was just a joy to watch somebody put that much effort in the entire game. She willed her team. I wish I could remember the outcome of that game, but it was one of the more remarkable performances I've ever seen. Duran with the shot clock winding down. Step back three, no. Rebound by Chunwa, and here comes Canada back the other way. And now a whistle. You get a good look at Kia Nurse. Kia Nurse, an absolute legend. Canadian basketball. 107 games played for Team Canada. 92 of those at the senior level. Just an unbelievable international career for Kia Nurse. Beautiful pass from Kia. And then the touch pass down low to Kayla Alexander, but she couldn't connect. Here's Marquez, her pass into the corner intercepted. Up ahead to Nurse. She missed. Nice defense by Yormeli Serbina to get back and force the miss by Nurse. It's one of the things about international play. You never see anybody give up on any play. One of the reasons I much prefer the international game and these international tournaments. It doesn't matter what level it's at, from U16 all the way to senior level. Men, women, doesn't matter. They play hard, they don't play. Every single country is like that. Great defense again by Canada. Forced the awkward shot by Urbina. And now here comes Canada running back the other way. Three on the way, just short. Rebounded by Chunwa. Now a three from the other side. Shea Colley missed. As we come up on 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Three by Chile, no good. And it stands at 23-11. Canada has not scored in this second quarter, and we're almost halfway through. Blocked by Chile, and here comes Venezuela back the other way. Canada still with a 12-point lead. Urbina to the bucket over Nurse. Strong take by Yormeli Serbina. And a timeout on the floor. I think Victor LaPena wants to talk things over. With 5:22 to play in the second quarter, his team has not scored in this frame. This is the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament live from Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellín, Colombia. First game of this tournament. 4 teams involved, the 3rd through 6th place finishers at the Women's AmeriCup, which took place in July in Mexico. This tournament features these 2 teams, Canada and Venezuela, as well as Puerto Rico and the host nation, Colombia. Their game will get started half an hour or so after the conclusion of this one. Look at the block there by Noelia Chile. 5 block shots already for Venezuela. Aguil Fajardo has 3 of those. Noelia Chile has the other 2. So the foul on Kia Nurse. And that free throw by Urbina missed badly. Missed wide left. See her dry the perspiration off of her hands by wiping them on the bottom of her shoes. That one missed as well, but a lot closer. Urbina got her own offensive rebound and then tried to backdoor a pass. And it went out of bounds. Urbina now having a seat on the bench for Eduardo Pinto. Canada still looking for their first points of this second quarter. 5 seconds away from 5 minutes being elapsed. Nurse drives baseline, had it poked away from behind by Josimar Corrales, but a foul called. So we've gone 5+ minutes in this second quarter without Canada scoring. Ali finally getting it into Koenig. Long 3 from straight on by Bridget Carlton, no good. Offensive rebound and the putback, Kayla Alexander. And at the 4:48 mark, Canada scores their first points of this second quarter. Five minutes and 12 seconds without a bucket. Three-pointer missed wide right. Rebound Carlton. And now a whistle away from the ball. I believe they're going to get Mariana Duran. 4th team foul for Venezuela. Kali to inbound, gets to Koenig. She launches the 3, no good. Rebound tracked down to the corner by Kali, nicely done. Canada with a fresh 14. Here comes Nurse. Hesitation, gets to the hole. Count the bucket, Kia Nurse. She got bumped by Josimar Corrales. And Nurse will try to complete the 3-point play. Corrales sits down with her 3rd foul, and Nurse completes the 3-point play. 17-point lead, biggest lead of the game for Canada with 4:05 to play in this second quarter. Lob to Daniela Wallen, high off the glass and in. A shot. Naira Fields. Nice give under the bucket and a strong take off the glass for Kayla Alexander. That pass tipped out of bounds by Bridget Carlton. Fajardo gives it up. Now here's Duran. She hands it off right side. Long jumper missed. Rebound back tapped. Taken by Wallen. Beg your pardon, that was Noelia Chile. Her three-pointer missed, and now here comes Kia Nurse, Bridget Carlton. This movement around the outside. Carlton cuts, gets the pass, and lays it in. Beautiful ball movement by Canada on that possession. Bridget Carlton scores, and she's got 5 points as we cross the 3-minute mark of this second quarter. The lead is 21, 34-13. Keep in mind, Canada went 5 minutes and 12 seconds in this second quarter without scoring. Steal by Colley. Colley is going to take it the whole way herself. Count the bucket, and she's going to go to the line for the and one. You could see Colley when she looked to her left. That's when she decided she was going to take it. Strong move to the hole by Shea Colley. She rattles in the free throw. And the lead is 24. Colley now with 5 points. She's got 4 rebounds. Shot clock at 4, now 3. Hanger in the lane is up and good for Daniela Wallen. She's got 4 points now. Long 2 is up and good. Silas Swords, her first 2 points of the game. 39-15. There's a jumper by Chile, no good. Rebounded by Fajardo. 3 on the way from Rivera. No good, but out of bounds off of Bridget Carlton. And that's going to stay with Venezuela with 1:21 to play in the second quarter. Fajardo giving it up to Guadalupe Diaz. It's going to be Venezuela ball with 1/10 of a second left on the shot clock. And Eduardo Pinto wants timeout. Got to come up with a quick tip in here. Every coach has something in the bag of tricks to try to get a quick tip in off of a inbound pass with the shot clock winding down. I'm sure Eduardo Pinto is no different. Hope you're enjoying this one. If you're a fan of Team Canada, no doubt you are. Canada with a hefty 24-point lead with 1:07 to play in this second quarter. My name's Craig Feda. So glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from. Around the Americas or around the world, we're at Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin for the 2023 FIBA Olympic Pre-Qualifying Tournament. This tournament is for the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th place teams at the Women's America Cup, which took place in Mexico in July. The top 2 finishers from this tournament advance to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February. And again, we talked about in the Open, you have to like Canada's chances to get one of the top 2. Are they going to count it? Yeah, they're going to say no basket. With 1/10 of a second, you can't take a shot. It's got to be a tip in. But a great shot nonetheless by Daniela Wallen, and they're going to look at this on the review. She got it off before that red square lit up. I think they're going to reverse this and give her the bucket. It definitely looked like it left her hand before that red square lit up. Nope, they're going to say it was a shot clock violation. Must have said the clock operator was a little too slow to get it started. Maybe a little home cooking on the table. It's okay, nothing wrong with that. But yeah, with 1/10 of a second left, you can really only get a bucket on a tip in. And that clearly was a catch and shoot. Great effort nonetheless. And Venezuela turns it over, dribbling it on the sideline. So it'll be Canada ball with 39.8 to play. Yep, there you see Daniela Wallen's foot on the sideline. Call by the officials. Again, our game officials, Leonardo Salazar of Argentina, Krishna Dominguez of Mexico, and Aline Garcia of Uruguay. Shot clock at 10. Carlton inside to Hill, back outside, 3 on the way. Splash that one! Naira Fields from long distance. Eight on the clock, shot clock is off. Here's Diaz. She finds Fajardo, now back outside, and count the bucket! Three-pointer at the buzzer is good by Genesis Rivera. And are they going to look at this one? No, that one looks like she did not get it off. The official initially signaled that it was good. And the teams have not been released to go to the locker room yet. They are reviewing whether or not she got this off. From the replay that we saw, it did not look like she was able to get it away before the shot clock expired. It will likely remain a 27-point lead heading into the locker room at halftime for Canada. We suspected, they're going to wipe off the three-point shot, and it will remain 42-15 as the teams head into the locker room at halftime. Again, don't forget, Canada did not score for the first 5 minutes and 12 seconds of this second quarter. Let's take a look at some of the numbers on this one. Canada 16 of 41 from the floor overall for 39%, 4 of 15 from beyond the arc for 27%. 6 of 8 from the free throw line. Venezuela 7 of 34 overall, 20.1%, 1 of 14 from three-point range, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. There you see Canada rebounding Venezuela. So we look at the individual numbers on this one for Canada. Kayla Alexander, 6 points, 7 rebounds. Bridget Carlton, 5 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. Naira Fields, 7 points, 2 assists, 2 steals. Silas Swords has 2. Natalie Achunwa, 3 rebounds. Letitia Emaher, 4 points, 5 boards. Shea Colley, 6 points, 4 rebounds as we look at the first half highlights. Kia Nurse, 10 points to lead Team Canada. And Cassandra Prosper has 2. For Venezuela, Aguihil Fajardo with 6 points, 4 rebounds. Daniela Wallen, 4 points, 2 boards. Ariana Duran has 5, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. And that rounds out the scoring for Venezuela. Leading rebounder for Venezuela, Aguihil Fajardo with 4. Fajardo also has 3 blocked shots for Venezuela. Halftime at Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin. First game of the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. And Canada, a strong first half against Venezuela. Top 2 teams advance to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February. Canada ranked 5th in the world, Venezuela ranked 42nd. And after this tournament, you have to like Canada's chances to get to Paris next summer. Again at halftime, 42-15 in favor of Team Canada. We are back with second Welcome back to Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin, Colombia for the 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. Canada leads Venezuela 42-15 coming out of halftime. Again, the top two teams from this tournament will advance to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February. This tournament is for the 3rd through 6th place finishers at the Women's America Cup, which took place in León, Mexico in July. One other game coming up after this one here in Coliseo Iván de Bedú. Puerto Rico and the host nation, Colombia. Tomorrow, Venezuela and Puerto Rico have the early game, and then we will bring to you Colombia and Canada at 8 o'clock local and Eastern time. So if you have Friday night plans and you're on the East Coast, go ahead and put them off for a little while and watch Team Canada take on Colombia. My name's Craig Feda. My partner Victor Mansoure beset with technical difficulties, so he's just a spectator on this one. This is just a fabulous, fabulous arena here in Medellin, a beautiful city. Spent a week or so here in 2016 covering the Men's America Cup tournament. Great venue, wonderful people. Kia Nurse, like that graphic wasn't right. It said Kia Nurse was not on the floor, but she is clearly. Shot clock at 8. Open baseline jumper missed. And now Shea Kali pulls it out of there. Jumper by Natalia Chunwa was short, and here comes Venezuela back the other way. And Mariana Duran scores. In the second quarter, Canada went 5 minutes and 12 seconds without scoring. Let's see how they open up this third quarter. They still managed to score 19 points in that second quarter. Bridget Carlton draws the foul. That's going to be on Noelia Chile. Nice strong take by Bridget Carlton. 6'1", 26 years old, from Chatham, Ontario. Went to Iowa State. Played in the WNBA with the Minnesota Lynx, most recently playing in Israel. She cans both free throws. So no 5+ minute drought to open a quarter in this third quarter, although Canada has not yet gotten a field goal. But they will get another look at it. Big hello to everybody watching on our YouTube stream. Got a nice note from Canadian basketball legend Michelle Hendry, saying that she was tuned in. She was one of my broadcast partners back in 2015 at the FIBA America's Women's Championship, which was held in Edmonton, University of Alberta, the Saville Center. I think of all the tournaments that I've done, all the places that I've been, I still think that may be my favorite. It was just an electric atmosphere with Canada taking gold. The people were just wonderful. Kia Nurse draws the foul. Just seeing the whole Canadian team and the entire arena singing "Oh Canada" at the top of their lungs give you goosebumps. Wonder if one of my other broadcast partners from that tournament, Chantal Vallée, is tuned in. If you are, Chantal. Hello. Head coach at University of Windsor. I'm sure she's got a lot going on right now. Multiple national championships. Coached a men's team, I believe, in the CEBL. Hamilton Honey Badgers, I want to say. Second free throw by Colley is up and good. Biggest lead of the game at 29. Chile has it. Nearly stole it away, but a foul committed by Colley. Tried to jump that passing lane and get an easy breakaway layup. Colley now with 3 fouls. She will have a seat. Eduardo Pinto sitting on the substitute bench. I wonder if the coach can't sit there. 3 on the way. That is good. Barbara Pico from long distance. Her first bucket of the game, and it's good for a tray. Or I guess you would call it a tres down here. Sammy Hill at the left elbow, giving it up to Achunwa. Now back to Hill. Her 3 is good. Canada not shooting great from beyond the arc. Venezuela equally, well, not equally, but also not shooting great from beyond the arc. Far worse than Canada. Now here's a 3-pointer from Chile, missed everything. And here comes Kia Nurse up the right side, has it poked away, and it'll stay with Canada. Sammy Hill directing traffic. Not sure what the delay is here. Got a quick look at Team Canada's coaching staff. Victor LaPena, Noel Quinn, Steve Bauer, Carly Clark, Muriel Page. Looks like they've done an excellent job getting Team Canada ready for this tournament. As Guadalupe Diaz gets whistled for the foul. Shot clock at 5. Nurse swings it left side to Carlton. Now baseline, now back up top. Nurse for 3, short. Offensive rebound to Chunwa, but it goes out of bounds and it'll be Venezuela ball. Wallen back up top to Pico and an offensive foul called. Venezuela now over the limit, 5:50 to play in this third quarter. Little catch and shoot from the left elbow, no good by Achunwa, and fighting for the rebound, Letitia Amaher. She was tangled up with Agahil Fajardo. And it goes to Venezuela on the alternating possession arrow. Fast break layup is up and in for Daniela Wallen. She's got 6 now. Comes Diaz, just 5'6", and a foul on Bridget Carlton. Seen that a couple of times. Canada's been very aggressive defensively, trying to get in those passing lanes. There's another one. Carlton nearly got a hand on that. Nurse the rebound, and now here comes Canada. Carlton to Hill, now Nurse. 18-footer would not go for Achunwa. Venezuela trying to claw their way back into this one. 4:50 to play third quarter. Guadalupe Diaz, shot clock at 10. Ball kicked, and that'll be a fresh 14 for Venezuela. And now a timeout on the floor. Canada leading Venezuela 49-22. 4:44 to play third quarter. Hope you're enjoying this one. If you are a fan of Team Canada, no doubt you are. Canada with a 27-point lead. They've led by as many as 29. Top 2 teams from this tournament advanced to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February. As you see, 3 players for Venezuela with 3 fouls apiece. All these teams with hopes of playing in Paris in the Olympic Games next summer. One more game after this one at this wonderful facility. Puerto Rico will tangle with Colombia here in Coliseo Iván de Bedú. In lovely Medellin. I was talking before the game with my partner Victor Mansoure, who's had technical difficulties, reduced to being a spectator in this one. But my partner Mark Anderson and I, my broadcast partner, we decided to walk from our hotel to this arena. And it was over a mile. But we passed a wonderful park, and people were just having a fantastic time playing football and all sorts of other sports. Street food, open air markets. As Bridget Carlton hits from 3, and the lead is now 30. Biggest lead of the game for Canada. So if you ever get a chance to visit Medellin, I would highly recommend it. Step back jumper for Fajardo won't fall in. Sammy Hill cut off by Pico. Koenig back to Hill for 3. Offensive rebound by Emaher. She goes up, has it blocked. I believe that was Marielka Garate on the block. Now Venezuela up ahead. Missing the layup is Pico. And now here comes Canada. Hill for 3. Splash! That one. Sammy Hill makes it a 33-point lead. And now Koenig. "25-year-old Aslan Koenig from Langley in British Columbia, playing professionally in Belgium at Castors Brain." Shot clock at 3. Here comes Diaz. Puts up a prayer. No good. Ball caroms out of bounds, and it'll be Canada ball. Just inside 2.5 minutes to play in this third quarter. Cassandra Prosper and Quinn Dornstouter coming on now. First time on the floor for Quinn Dornstouter. 6'4", 28-year-old from Regina, Saskatchewan. Played collegiately at Arizona State, professionally at Cadillaceu in Spain. She's the only member of Team Canada not to have played in this game thus far. Emaher. Oh, strong work in the paint by Letitia Emaher. And she's got 6. And the lead is 37. Inside 2 minutes to play, third quarter. Pico between the rings. She drives, puts up the baseline shot, no good. Rebound Koenig. Ashlyn pushing it up into the corner. Sammy Hill for 3. Splash that one! Sammy Hill drains another 3. And the lead is 40. Inside of 90 seconds to play in this third quarter. Shot blocked. by Emir, and that got the Canadian bench up and cheering. Watch the reaction of the Canadian bench if you can see it in this. You can't see it in that angle. Everyone jumped up. Shot clock at 5. A reset. Here's Diaz. Shot at the buzzer, no good. And now here's Canada back the other way. Emma here. She gets the bunny, and the lead's 42. Emma here now with 8 points. Rivera shooting it up over Sammy Hill, no good. Rebound, Dornstouter. 30 seconds to play, third quarter. Emma here at the right elbow. She's going to drive it around Garate. No basket. Emma here is saying, come on. Letitia Emma here, 6'4" from Mississauga, Ontario. Plays collegiately at the American powerhouse University of South Carolina, the original USC. Here's Rivera, out to Garate. Game clock at 10, shot clock is off. 3 on the way, that rattles in. Ivani Marquez, the veteran, 40 years old, hits a three-pointer the end of the third quarter to make it 64-25. Canada rolling on day one of this 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament, live from Medellin, Colombia. We are back with fourth quarter action in just a couple moments. Welcome back to Coliseo Evan Bedu in Medellin. Canada rolling heading into the fourth quarter, leading 64-25. As we look at some of the numbers on this one, Canada shooting 39% from the floor overall, 8 of 26 from three-point range, 10 of 12 from the free throw line. Venezuela, 11 of 51 for 21.6% from the floor overall, 3 of 17 from three-point land, 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Canada out-rebounding Venezuela 45-31. as Josimar Corrales scores. Splash that three-pointer for Cassandra Prosper. Letitia Emaher, 8 points, 6 rebounds for Canada. Quinn Dornstadter, a couple of rebounds already. Ashlyn Koenig, 2 points, 3 boards, 3 assists. Cassandra Prosper with 5 and 2 rebounds. Silas Swords with 2. Natalie Achunwa has not scored but has 5 rebounds. Kayla Alexander, 6 points, 9 boards. Bridget Carlton, 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. As Silas Swords scores. Shea Colley, 8 points, 6 rebounds. Naira Fields, 7 points, 2 assists. Sammy Hill, 9 points, 3 assists. And Kia Nurse, 10 points, 3 rebounds. (69-29), matching the biggest lead of the game for Canada. For Venezuela, Josimar Corrales, 2 points. Ivani Marquez has 3. Genesis Rivera, 2. Ivani Marquez also 3 rebounds. Ariana Duran has 7. She's also got 2 rebounds. Aguihil Fajardo, 6 points, 5 boards. She's also got 3 blocks. Barbara Pico, 3 points. And Daniela Wallen has 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 assists. All those numbers add up to a big 40-point lead for Canada. 69-29 with 7:39 to play in the fourth quarter. My name is Craig Feda. Hope you've been enjoying this one. If you're a fan of Team Canada, no doubt you have been. As Canada looks to advance to the Olympic qualifying tournament in February. Beautiful feed inside to Ivani Marquez. And she's got 5. One more game after this one, Puerto Rico and Colombia. And tomorrow, Venezuela and Puerto Rico have the early game, followed by host nation Colombia and Canada at 8 o'clock local time, which also coincides with Eastern time. As we see Letitia Emaher get fouled. They called that a clean block. Canada ball. Hill gets it in. Prosper, short. Rebound tapped and controlled by Marquez. Awkward shot thrown up by Genesis Rivera. Now Canada running back the other way. Emaher fighting for position. She finds Dornstadter under the bucket. She gets fouled. That's going to be on Marielka Garate. This Canada team does not hesitate to share the ball. They move it well outside. They find each other when they're open inside. And Quinn Dornstadter has her first point of the game. Canada as a team, you see 11 of 13 from the stripe. Can't ask much better than that from a team. Free throw shooting. Of course, now I jinx Quinn. She misses the second. 3 on the way from Marquez. She tried to draw the foul on Dornstadter. No call. A good no call. Marquez tried that veteran move of kicking those legs out just a little bit to land on the defender's foot. Try to draw that foul. The officials were not buying it. Emma Hare into the front court, coming up on 6 minutes to play in this fourth quarter. Hill back out to Emma Hare. That's good. Letitia Emma Hare scores from way outside. Her first three-point attempt of this game, and it is good. 73-31. A 42-point lead for Canada. Just a straight round robin. 3 games for each of these teams in this tournament. Canada has Colombia tomorrow, and then on Sunday, they will take on Puerto Rico. Three-pointer is up and missing for Garate. Offensive rebound pulled out of there by Marquez. Another three up by Rivera, no good. Canada obviously the heavy favorite in this tournament. So it'll be the other 3 likely playing for second place. Top 2 advance to the qualifying tournament. Prosper fouled hard by Marielka Garate, and she'll go to the free throw line. Once again, a big hello to everybody watching on our YouTube stream. So glad you can be with us wherever you're tuned in from, around the Americas or around the world. Strong take with the left hand by Marielka Garate, and she scores. 74-33 as we approach the halfway point of this fourth quarter. And a travel whistled on Cassandra Prosper. And Canadian basketball, you will be in the coming years with Sila and Savannah. They're not twins like the Plouffe sisters, but it'd be fun to have a pair of swords on the roster. Like when we had the Plouffes. The Plouffes just tearing it up in the 3x3. Oh my goodness. They are so much fun to watch. drive by Ivani Marquez won't go. For Sammy Hill. See, Fajardo went down to the floor. I think they're going to get a Chunwa with the foul. Three on the way. That is good. Mariana Duran strikes from long range. Coming up on 3.5 minutes to play. Left hand lay-in is good for Cassandra Prosper. She's got 8. Lead back to 40. Quick move by Ivani Marquez and a beautiful pass to Mariana Duran. Those two have been playing together for a long time, but broken up nicely by the Canadian defense. Catch and shoot three-pointer on the way for Silas Swords, no good. Agahil Fajardo comes out of there with it. Tough shot with Quinn Dornstouter's hand in her face. Genesis Rivera hits the three-pointer. Had to shoot that over 6'4" Quinn Dornstouter. My goodness. Timeout on the floor with 2:47 to play. Beg your pardon, it was just a brief timeout for a substitution. And now a foul against Natalie Achunwa. Achunwa, the captain for the Canadian squad. She appears to be coming off a little gingerly. Another three on the way. That missed by Mariana Duran. Fajardo tried to save it. She goes into press row. So it'll be Canada ball just inside 2.5 minutes to play in this game. Alexander hands it off to Prosper. Now to Swords. Back to Prosper. Nice open shot from the right wing by Cassandra Prosper. She's in double digits now with 10. Bridget Carlton also has 10. Letitia Emaher has 11. Kia Nurse with 10. Kayla Alexander, the only starter on the floor now for Victor LaPena and Team Canada. There's a great look at Cassandra Prosper. And a great look at the kicks on Genesis Rivera. Is that what they call them these days anymore? Kicks? Duran looking for a shot. Her three-point attempt blocked. Coming up on 1.5 minutes to play. And a foul away from the ball. Corner three ball missed for Koenig. Now a timeout on the floor, minute 25 to play. Canada leading by 40, 78-38. One more game coming up after this one. Here at Coliseo Iván de Bedú in Medellin. It's going to be Puerto Rico and Colombia. Tomorrow, Venezuela and Puerto Rico have the early game. And then at 8 o'clock local and Eastern time, it's going to be Canada and Colombia. Then on Sunday, Canada will take on Puerto Rico in the early game, followed by huge national rivals, Colombia and Venezuela. That's always a fun one. Venezuela's done some nice things in this game. They've played some good defense at times, but Canada is just too big, too deep, too athletic. Duran tried to get the pass in the paint to Fajardo, and she comes out of there holding her face. Oh yeah, she caught the left hand, Letitia Amaher. Completely unintentional, but she's going to take a moment to get her wits about her. It's just the worst when you get hit right in the nose. Your eyes water, your nose runs. Keep thinking it's going to start bleeding, but it doesn't. First free throw attempt no good for Agahil Fajardo. 24 years old, 6 feet tall. Second free throw is up and in. And this is what I'm talking about. Venezuela is not conceding anything. Beautiful ball movement by Canada offensively there. That led to the open bucket by Kayla Alexander. As we're inside of a minute to play now, 50 seconds. You want to play at the international level, you will play at 100% when you are on the floor, regardless of score, opponent, venue, tournament. Beautiful drive to the hole, but the left-hand lay-in attempt won't go for Silas Swords. She's playing collegiately at the University of Michigan. As Noelia Chile has a seat. That was her 5th foul. Sila's first free throw, a little too strong, catching back iron. And she hits the second. 81-39. Stolen away by Silas Swords and a kick called. And that's what I'm talking about. Venezuela is down 42 points, and Mariana Duran still hustling after that loose ball. At 30 years old, she knows the deal. She knows you go hard in these international competitions. You represent your country, you represent your family. Got that country name emblazoned across your chest. You will play hard or you will not play. .6 to play. Last shot by Duran, no good, and Ashlyn Koenig will get it into the front court, and this one will go final. Canada with a big 81-39 win to open this 2023 FIBA Olympic pre-qualifying tournament. Canada tomorrow will take on Colombia at 8 o'clock as we look at the shooting percentages on this. Venezuela will take on Puerto Rico. Canada, massive rebounding advantage, doubling them up on assists. Let's take a look at the individual numbers. Kayla Alexander, 8 points, 10 rebounds. Tisha Emaher, 11 points, 11 boards. Ashlyn Koenig, 2 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Cassandra Prosper, 10 points, 3 rebounds. Silas Swords finished with 5. Natalia Chunwa did not score but had 6 rebounds. Bridget Carlton had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and 2 steals. Shea Colley, 8 points, 6 boards. Quinn Dornstadter, 1 point, 5 rebounds. Just 9 minutes and 49 seconds of play. Naira Fields, 7 points. Sammy Hill had 9, along with 4 assists. And Kia Nurse, 10 points, 3 boards. For Venezuela, Josimar Corrales, 2 points. Mariana Duran had 10. She also had 3 rebounds. Aguil Fajardo, 7 points, 6 boards, and 3 blocked shots. Genesis Rivera, 4 points. Marielka Garate had 2. Ivani Marquez had 5, along with 4 rebounds. Barbara Pico